I like contemporary music. This morning I've been listening to the top 50 streamed songs in Australia on Spotify at the moment. I do this every so often. I listen to the Australian version because it's more likely to have at least a few Australian artists represented, which the worldwide top 50 and the US top 50 may not, probably won't. Having said that, at the moment only two Australian artists are represented. It's Vance Joy and the Kid Laroi, both of whom also have pretty big international profiles, I think. There's quite a mix of genres represented. There's a range of quite different styles of what may loosely be called pop, although I really don't like that term. There's people like Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Gracie Adams, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift. There's quite a strong representation of country, or at least country-adjacent music. People like Morgan Wallen, Zach Bryan, Shabuzi, and even Post Malone at the moment. There's some that I would call folk or folk-adjacent, like Noah Kahan. There's hip-hop by artists such as Kendrick Lamar, Future, and Central C. And there's something that I guess I would call adult contemporary, for want of a better term. People like Hosier and Teddy Swims. There's a great variety of genres and styles represented. Some of the artists are relative newcomers. Some have been around for a while and have really established themselves. Some songs have been around for a while. Yes, The Killers, Mr. Brightside is still there. Some of the music's relatively straightforward, uncomplicated structure, fits neatly into whatever genre it happens to be. Some is a bit more complicated and more difficult to squeeze neatly into any single genre. Much of it I really like. Some not so much, and some has grown on me over time. If I don't like a particular song or style of music, I don't feel obliged to dismiss it as rubbish. It's just not to my particular taste at this time. It too might grow on me over time, who knows? In short, I think it's a good representation of the broad spread of music that people are listening to and enjoying today. I realise only too well that this view of the contemporary music landscape will not be shared by everyone, maybe not even by many of you. I know there are certain very popular commentators on YouTube, some with millions of subscribers, who would pretty much dismiss everything that is currently on this playlist as second-rate, as not good as music used to be, that this somehow signals the death knell of music. They would probably dismiss pretty much everything that I actually like. Now, these commentators have a large base of people who share their opinions. Most of them probably my age, and probably most of them also male. Of course, there'll always be a few younger people among them that they can hold up as token examples, and probably a few women too. They're probably mostly bemoaning the fact that there's no rock music on the charts these days. Well, musical genres come and go. There are a few bands I like that I think would fit their criteria for rock, maybe. I like Ginger, for example, a Ukrainian band. I like Hailstorm. Are these good enough for you folks? Does that make my taste in music acceptable to you? But maybe rock music has run out of new ideas. Maybe there's not a lot more that can be done within the narrow confines of that genre that hasn't been done 1,000 times before. Maybe that's what these people want to hear, more of the same. I suspect that these commentators often don't give this new music a fair listen. They hear one bad song that's currently popular and dismiss the whole lot. They will say they all sound the same. I would suggest that they haven't listened closely enough or with a fair ear to this music. They often dismiss the music of people who've put in years of work to get where they are today. They don't seem to be able to conceive of the possibility that many of these people are actually quite talented. Surprise, surprise, that they work very hard. This is a foreign concept to them. I'm not sure why they can't just let people enjoy the music that they enjoy. No one is stopping them from listening to the music that they like. There's both old and new music, which I'm sure will meet their criteria for what is good. I don't have to diss the music they like in order to justify enjoying the music that I like. I can enjoy the music that they like too. So, I would like to suggest two options for people who like to dismiss today's music, which they probably do largely for clicks anyway, I suspect. It makes their supporters feel good and riles up those who disagree. My first suggestion is this. Actually take the time to listen to the music, not just the first bar or two, and maybe take a deeper dive into the artists about whom they tend to be so dismissive. And try to understand why other people may actually like this music, other than just dismissing them as having no taste. As I doubt that there's much chance that this will happen, I suggest a second option. Just go listen to your music and I'll listen to mine. And shut the up. It's certainly time for me to stop listening to you.